Wealth, The Power of Self-Esteem, and Do Not Sleep. The books are on sale in the foyer at the information desk. One book is going for $10 and $50 for 6 books. So please pass through the foyer in the information desk. Moving on. Tomorrow on the 1st of March, Wisdom City Ministries International will be hosting its first annual youth conference. Do I have Wisdom City youth in the house? Yes, if you are a young person in this auditorium, or maybe if you are young at heart, and those who are watching us live, we are cordially inviting you here at 55 Kwame Nkrumah. The theme is Rooted in Purpose. Our speakers are going to be Nigel, the Slick Pastor, Stan Javangwe, Tinani, Nick, and our gospel performances are coming from one of our very own, Nyasham Tonori, Eli Mambo, and Munashe Gurura. And most importantly, our host apostle, Dr. Sm Chirisa and Pastor D. Chirisa, will be in the house again tomorrow. The starting time is 9 a.m. up to 4 p.m. and the dress code is all white. And please take note that lunch will also be served. So please invite someone and tell someone to tell someone that is going down here at 55 Kwame Nkrumah. And lastly, every Sunday we congregate here for a double service format. The first one we start from 8:30 a.m. to 10:30, and the second one starts from 10:45 to 12:45 p.m. Both of the services are broadcasted online on the platform Wisdom City Ministries International on Facebook. We also have Sunday school that will be running concurrently with both of the services. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the man that I'm about to introduce is a man who needs no introduction. Dr. Sm Chirisa is a multifaceted leader who has excelled as a psychiatrist, medical doctor, health, family, and personal development expert, as well as a seasoned business and entrepreneurship specialist. He's also the founder and senior pastor of Wisdom City Ministries International. Dr. Sm Chirisa is happily married to advocate Dorcas Chirisa, and together they have 4 beautiful children. Once again, with a standing ovation, help me to welcome the #1 business mentor in the country, Dr. Sm Chirisa.
All right. You can take your seats. Thank you so much. By show of hands, who are here for the first time? By show of hands, if it's your first time. All right. Okay, let's clap for hands for finally seeing the light, okay? All right, so most of you have been here for a long time, isn't it? All right, so today it's a bit short. We are here for about an hour, 20 minutes. And what we are going to do is I'm going to do a presentation on partnerships. And I just wanted to let people know and understand that we are not just here to be a motivational platform. There are many motivational guys out there. We are here to be a skills acquisition platform. Because what is going to make the difference in your life or in your business is the level of skills or the number of skills that you have. So in these ones, we always want to make sure that you've got the skills so that you're able to make the correct decisions and the right decisions for your business. Are we together on that one? All right. So the format of today's meeting is that I'm going to present, then we're going to have question and answer segment. And please note your questions and let's just keep them to the business. No political questions. No rude questions and all those kind of things, just business, whether it's on what I presented on or anything that has to do with business, and we help each other, all right? Like I always say, I always want to make people know and understand why we do what we do. The reason why I do what I do is because many years ago, when I was starting businesses, I didn't have anybody to help me. And I stumbled, made a lot of mistakes, lost a lot of time. I think I should be further than where I am now. And one of the things that I said to myself, I said to God, if you help me to become a successful businessman, I will help as many people as I can to be successful. So that's why we don't charge. Other people say, why are we not charging? We could charge. In fact, the material that we've got is more than most of the people that charge in this country. But we don't do that so that we can help you to succeed. So at least the best you can do to repay me is for you to succeed. Okay? Yes. If there's anybody who really wants you to succeed, it's me. I probably want you to succeed more than yourself. All right? Okay. So let's move on to later this coming month, we are going to have the Dr. Sm Chirisa, but we are also going to have a marketplace conference for our church. And it will be good for you guys also to come for that one. It will be free, but lots of things to learn, because we are really pushing entrepreneurship. Because the honest truth is, for your life to get better, you need some money. Let's be honest. You understand what I'm saying? Most of you, I can see, you are young, you are tall enough, you've got the six-pack, you've got the 8-figure, everything is already loaded. What's missing is some ching-ching. Just tell your neighbor, I think the only thing missing on you is some money. Otherwise, okay? So anybody who comes to you and tells you that money is not important, run away from that person. If you come to me and tell me that money is not important, I will run away from you, because what you are sitting on, it costs money. Yeah, are you hearing what I'm saying? What we are using here, this Shure mic is $1,000 mic. That's why there is no, you know what I'm saying? It costs money. It costs money. To look good, it costs money. You know what I'm saying? I'm wearing my Gucci belt. It costs money. You get what I'm saying? You don't have to, but so to look good, it costs money. To feel good, it costs money. And we must learn how to do that. Okay, so let's move. And today, we are going to talk about successful business partnership secrets. Who has ever been in a partnership? Who has ever partnered with anybody? Put your hands up. Come on, don't be scared. Okay. How many have failed in those partnerships? And defend a partnership. Are you hearing what I'm saying? All right. So I'll give you an analogy, which I normally do. If you've got Form 6 education, you can be a pilot of a Boeing 747 or a 787 or a 737. The reason why you are not a pilot of that is because you were never trained. Doc, you are a pharmacist. If you had trained you if you had gone to flight school, you'd be a pilot. There's absolutely nothing difficult. The reason why you don't know what to do is because you have never been trained. In the same thinking, the reason why your partnerships failed is because you have never been trained on how to have successful partnerships. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm talking like this because I have leveraged. I'm just trying to get this thing. Okay. I've leveraged on partnerships. Okay. Most of my businesses, except my own practice, is the only thing that I run, which is not a partnership. The rest of the things that I do are partnerships. My hospitals, all of them are partnerships. I've partnered with individuals. I've partnered with an individual. I've partnered with companies. You understand what I'm saying? But at the same time, I also did many things wrong in the time past. Pastor D would know it. One time, when I was young, I was doing a lot of things. And we partnered with a bunch of guys, and we started a cell phone company. Zimex. At that time, those who remember Zimex, we were one of the cell phone shops there with over 200, 300 handsets. But we were like 4 of us. Yeah, it was a disaster. Because when one guy wanted to go and marry, he just said, all right. So, what is a partnership? A partnership is a marriage. It's just like a marriage. It is a serious relationship. And if you don't do it well and handle it well, you will end up in problems. And a lot of people are in problems because they did not start well. And it's so easy, especially because every time you meet somebody, I call it the last stage of partnerships. You are so excited. I met Ningi Ningi and we said we're going to do this. Everybody's excited. You are calling each other. But that phase will end. You are going to get to a phase where you're going to have problems. And if you do not know how to handle those problems, you are going to be in serious, serious trouble. All right? So partnership is a marriage. It's as good as a marriage. You are married to that person. And you have to agree. Now, partnerships are so powerful. For me, they have been so powerful because they can grow your business. They can give you the speed that you don't have. Some people, you can actually partner with somebody and bring in more business. You can take in bigger projects. You can bring in bigger brain power. You can learn techniques and skills. Some of the business skills that I have now, I learned it from my business partners. It can increase your network, build communication skills, build management skills. So partnerships are so important. And we must understand this because a lot of us, we want to have partnerships. You must answer the question, why do I need a partnership now? Because some of you might not need it. You understand what I'm saying? You don't partner just for the sake of partnering. You must partner because you need something that partner will bring into the business that will either make you more profitable and give you the speed, the access, the doors opening that you need. Am I talking to somebody here? All right. Because partnerships are hard. Just like a breakup or a divorce is hard. There's nobody who goes through a divorce and they are clean and they've got you will have scars on your back. And some business partnership, they'll take you 2 years back, 3 years back. You have to restart. You are angry, you are wounded, you are broke, you are in debt. And it's because you break partnership rules. I broke them and I paid. So, let's go into some practical things. The question is, do you need a partnership in your business or you can just hire people to do the work that you want done? You understand what I'm saying? Because sometimes I feel that some people bring partners into their business that are not necessary. That's why I say there's equity versus percentage of profit. So what I've done now, I'm telling you, these are like practical things. A few years ago, Pastor D would know, I was doing medical equipment. So I imported containers from China with medical equipment. It was my whole money, my money. Okay, we put in so much money into that. But I didn't have the time to sell these things. So what I did, I got in a person and said, listen, these things belong to me. 100% equity. But I'm bringing you as a sales rep for these things. And whatever we sell, you get a percentage of the profit. You understand what I'm saying? So most of us, so instead of saying, oh, Takuta Tiritu, no. They belong to me. But you are bringing in, for whatever you sell, this is the percentage. So most businesses, what they actually need, they need a sales remuneration model where people come in for the work that they are doing, they are paid a percentage of the profit and you still remain in control. All right? Because sometimes we are too quick to give equity. And once you give equity, when somebody wants to leave, they have to leave. You have to sell the business. You have to sell some of the things. It disturbs the whole thing. But when I give somebody a percent of the profit, when they want to leave, they just what? Leave. And I can get in another person. So it's easier. So you need to understand. So I still have my equity. It's better. And this is a model that you can use, especially when you are starting. Because sometimes we are so fond of giving other people percentages in our business and bringing them, yet they could just do the same work for a percentage of profit. So that percentage of profit is profit that you can give to somebody who is a partner but does not have equity. You understand what I'm saying? All right? So I can still give you 50% of the business profit, but you don't have to own the business 50%. It means that if the business grows, the business is still 100% mine. For the time that you are in the business, you get your profit. But the day you decide to walk out, you just walk out by yourself because you don't own anything in the business. Clear? Say, I hear you. All right. So at that time, you get paid what you do and for what you do. So think about it, whether you need a partner. There are different types of partnership personalities, and I want you to see, the different types. Number one, you can have a partner who is dependent. You bring in a partner, the partner cannot make any decision. They have to call you to make every decision. Daughter say. I didn't bring you so that I can do the work for you. You must do your work, I must also do my part. You get what I'm saying? So there are certain partners which you know that these are not going to work because I brought in a partner, but I'm still doing their work. They are just present, but they're not doing anything. Number two, you can have a banker. So a banker is somebody who will just give money and go away. All right? Now, there are partnerships that are like that, and sometimes you might need some people who do that. But it also depends on what is your need. So a banker will just put money and leave, doesn't care what you do. All they want is their profit. But sometimes you need hands on deck. You understand what I'm saying? So you can get somebody who puts in money. We call them a silent partner. They put in money. They are not involved in management. They go away. All they want is their money. All right? So usually I use bankers when I have got a business that I know is running and is profitable. And I bring a banker partner to finance my growth. Are you hearing what I'm saying? I don't bring a banker partner when I'm still trying to find my way. Because Dichanethan and I, because he's living, he's putting his money, all he wants is profit. And if the business takes time to make profit, he will start to come after me and say, where is my money? And where is my profit? And you go into debt and the business will collapse. Even he will come and say, close the business and I'll take my money. You understand what I'm saying? So banker partnerships or partners, you get them when you now have got a steady business or a profitable business that now you want it to grow. Most of you bring bankers when you still have got a business which is not making money. Say, I hear you. So at one time I brought in some banker partners. So I started a business and I started it in Chitungwiza. Our first rehab in 2014 or 15. 2012. All right. 2000. And what we did there is we had a concept. We had 9 beds. We proved the concept. Then we went to the banker and said, we want to double our capacity. You understand what I'm saying? We knew we had proved it, and we knew that even when we started, we were going to start with those 9 that we were having. But at the beginning, we were on our own. Because when you give the banker, so I'm going to give you some tips. When somebody with money comes, when you are still beginning without any idea, without a profitable idea, you end up being the worker. Even if it's your idea, you become an employee for that person. So you must know which time is best to bring that person into the business. And your equity and your power increases when you've got something that is already working. If you've got nothing that is working, it's still an idea, and you bring a banker, you are probably employed in your own business. Is this making sense? You can have a boss. This is a person who will come and boss you around. You are partners, but you say, Daiso, Mangwana, Daiso. I thought we were 50-50. Now you are now bossing me around. And it creates a lot of problems. There's somebody who is also guilt trip. You just come in and tell you, you should have done this, you should have done this, you should have called me, you should have done this. And, and it ends up creating a nasty atmosphere within that partnership. And so you hear your wife saying, or your husband saying, Kurugu stress. Because somebody is just making them feel guilty. And somebody who just is a profiteer, I don't want a profit. It's not about anything, just give me my profit. You said, Pano Buddha 1,000 every month, do that 1,000 every month. Even if Buddha 700, you are unoto tora mariago, oto is a pepe, because you dealt with a person who's after profit, does not care about the business. And I know some people here have dealt with such a person. All right? Then there's somebody who is a blamer, who will always blame you, a weakling who doesn't do anything. They're just in the room. They are not doing anything, not making any decision. Then you've got a talker. They can talk things. And sometimes that's the mistake that we do. Just because somebody can talk does not make them a good partner. Because they can, and people can talk big. There are some people who can talk big. I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. If they can do that, why have they not done it by themselves? You understand what I'm saying? So at least if somebody has done it by themselves and says, I can help you to do what I have done, then there is evidence. But some people will just talk, I can do this, I can take it higher, we can become $1 million. And the guy is walking on foot. Huh? Why could you not make yourself? You understand what I'm saying? That person is just a talker. Because you are looking for money, you just listen to the talk and you take the hook, line, and sinker, and you're in trouble. Then the bandit is the one who is just coming into the business. Okay, he's a partner, and all he's doing, he'll tell you, "Oh, I've taken this, and I'm in a crisis." All they are wanting, you are working, and they are taking all the money. They are giving you crisis after crisis. Are you what I'm saying? You are not in partnership to solve your social problems. We are here to make the business work. You need a strategic partner. So that's the kind of partner that you need, the strategic partner. The others will give you trouble. All right? So how do you make sure you are valuable into the partnership? Number one, how you must be so valuable to one another, or the partner that you're bringing must be valuable. How is a partner valuable? A partner is valuable to you, or you are a valuable partner to somebody because you are bringing something that that person does not have. And I'm saying this because sometimes we do partnerships with our friends. And our friends are exactly like you. They know what you know. They don't know what you don't know. But you become partners. So you have just multiplied two people that are ignorant and not adding anything. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't need such. I need a partner who will cover my gaps. So I partner my weaknesses. I don't partner my strengths. In fact, we end up arguing because you are two strong people with the same things, with the same strengths, and it doesn't work. So get somebody who is not good at what you're good. Are you hearing what I'm saying? I say you partner your what? Your weaknesses. Is this helping? All right. So you must be valuable to a point that you are not able to replace each other. You know that I need this guy. I need this guy. Because when you've got that, you are then able to forgive some of the small mistakes that will happen. Because nobody's perfect. You also have to make yourself valuable that when you make a small mistake, your partner will say, okay, this mistake costed us 1,000, but you know what? This guy has made us millions. I still remember in 2010, 2022, I brought in a partner. At that time, our business was making about $30,000 per month. I brought in a partner. Within 10 months, we were now starting to make our highest income at that time was about $450,000 in 1 month because of bringing in a partner. So if that partner makes a $1,000 mistake, yet he changed my business from 30,000 to 400, and now we are sharing that profit. And the reason why most people don't want to have partners is because they would rather keep a rat business, a small little business which is not going anywhere, not making any noise and not doing anything. Instead of knowing that you can have 10% of an elephant and be richer than 100% of a rat. So you must think differently. In fact, if we are going to really grow, most of us were going to grow through partnerships. I know they are a pain because you didn't know what to do. But if you know what to do, your speed will be better because somebody will give you what you don't have. You understand what I'm saying? All right. So that partner, what he simply did, he came into the business and he brought the business, the engine, the management. And I told my wife, they said, listen, let's just learn from this guy. In 5 years, it will be like university. We will know how to run anything that we run. Now, what are other businesses that we run that is not in? We now got the skills. Are you hearing what I'm saying? On how to run businesses, how to run HR, how to run finances. Because for 5 years, we were learning from our partner. Our business was growing, but we knew that the skills that we are now getting will help us in the next businesses that we're going to do. Strategic. Say to your neighbor, you're not strategic. You're not strategic. All right. All right. So, when you are running a business or in partnerships, trust is key. And how you are going to know what to trust is how that person handles money. We are going to have to trust each other on our duties. The things that we say we are going to do, are you going to do them? Can I trust you? So what you can actually do with your partnership, put your partnership on and say, we are going to try this thing as a partner for the next 6 months. If it's not working, it's not sure that, and you are looking at those things. If the partner cannot be trusted with money, run. If the partners cannot be trusted with their duties, if they say they're going to do what they're going to do and they don't do it, that's it a piece. Are you hearing what I'm saying? And some of you is describing you. If you are my partner, you have to do what you say you have to do. If you say you're going to go to Bulawayo, go to Bulawayo tomorrow. Whether it's raining or whatever, you go. No excuses. I have to trust you with my destiny. And one of the things that I use to decide whether I need to partner with you, I want to see how you are treating your spouse. And I usually say, if you are cheating on your spouse, you're going to cheat on me. Because if you can cheat with somebody who you sleep with, who can eat, who can put poison in your food, and you are cheating on them, you are bold. What about me? You will throw me under the bus. That's why some of you come to me and say, partner with me, and I look at you, you're looking smart. I look at your wife is looking like a maid. I'm not going into partnership with you because you are neglecting her, you will neglect me. I don't go into partnership with anybody who is addicted to anything. If you are addicted to porn, if you are addicted to sex, and it's so common now. And people destroy their businesses because of porn. Because I end up kuma massage parlor with a happy ending. You know what I'm talking about. Do you think I'm a stupid businessman or a stupid pastor? I know what's happening. Happy ending. Happy ending. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Let's just call it like what it is. And so that person will destroy the money. And they might be eating their money at first, but because the business will start to make money, it will come and eat the money in the business. Addiction, anybody who's addicted, I'm not interested. Anybody who is in debt with huge amounts of debt, I'm not getting, because it shows they are indisciplined. You've got no self-control. So if I take you as a partner, you're going to bring your lack of self-control into the business and it's going to eat me. You understand what I'm saying? So I want to see how many debts, who is chasing you. I'm hunting you down. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Yes. So those things are true. Let's look at that. Is this helping? Who is our partners? We can partner with our friends. We can partner with our family. We can partner with our co-workers. You can partner with strangers. You can partner with industry leaders. You can partner with conference and mentorship attendees like this. And that's why we need to get to know, because some of your partnerships that you need are not out there. They're actually in here. But you're too quiet. Nobody knows what you're doing. And that's why we need to have those conferences where we then meet. In fact, the one that we're doing with WCMI, we're actually going to be showcasing what we do. We're going to have an exhibition, exchange of cards, and so that people know who's doing what. And if you find somebody that you can partner and do something, the better. You understand what I'm saying? You can partner with corporates. So I've got corporate partnership. There's a business that I'm in where I used to own it, sold it, partnered with a big company. I own 30%, but the 30% is better than my 100% which I owned when I brought them in. Think like a businessman. Tell your neighbor, think like a businessman. Stop thinking like an African. ndezvangu zvese oh anogada kufamba paka company kweswa kunde kwangu chigayo chese ichi ndechangu ichi, making nothing. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Do you know how many shares Elon Musk owns in Tesla? Do you know how many shares that Jeff Bezos owns in Amazon? 20, 15 or something like that percent, 35%. They don't own the whole company, but they're the richest, because when you bring in the right partners, you grow, you make more profit. So some of you are suffering, you are small because you brought in the wrong partners, or your thinking is wrong. Let me just talk about bringing in family. Personally, I don't recommend partnering with family. Because when things are tight, when you now need to really speak to one another, Muzukuru. I hear what I'm saying. Listen, we are talking money here. This is not the time to throw the Sekuru card and Muzukuru card. You get what I'm saying? So just like employing your relatives, while we do it, but I speak to my relatives upfront. I give you a job, but I don't keep the job for you. You have to show, in fact, if you don't, I'm going to fire you, and I'm going to tell your mom, and I have fired some, and they were angry with me, but I don't care, because they're the same people who say I don't know how to manage a business and laugh at me, my bear, I'm going to manage a business, yet you are in my business and you're bringing it down from the inside. So as a general recommendation, try not to partner with your close family, because you won't be able to have the close conversations. If you want help from them, get a loan. We usually do it when we're talking about funding. You fund from friends, fools, financiers, and family. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Your family will give you a loan because they want you to succeed and not to trouble them. They'll give you a loan without any interest. So get a loan, or get help, or get mentored by them, but try not to partner with them. I've seen people try to partner with the gurus. Oh, I'm going to say project weta perform park weta day so then ozongona munhu pakati peusiku dzaya uzotora chiti handine data problem saka ndafana utora huku dzangu. You get what I'm saying? What will you do to your sekuru? I'm being real, and I know this because at one time I did a business with my muzukuru, my sister's, my biological sister's child. So we had this company we had invested, which was called Rock ICT back then, and we would import consumables, my computer, and we were one of the biggest. We had offices in Grindel, we had a boardroom and all that, and we at that time when Spaces was buying their first computers, we supplied Spaces College at that time. So they were buying computers. So we gave this guy money to go and buy computers in South Africa. Then he came about and I looked at the guy, no black eye, no nothing, except antivara. And he said, so I am tendering my resignation. Then I learned the lesson. Do not partner your family. Because Muzuguru. I hear him say, the other time I did a business deal with a relative. Then he ate the money after the sale. We're talking about big money, almost like 40,000. Then we went and said, oh, this guy, at least yabiwa yajiwa nehama inajiwa nemtoro. Are you hearing what I'm saying? And I said from that day, never. Am I talking to somebody? If you're a relative, you have to be a very smart relative, and we have to know that this deal is a business deal. All right. Is it helping? What do I look in a partner? What am I looking for in a partner? Number one, I'm looking for money. So I'm not partnering you for the sake of partnering you. What are you bringing to the table? If I need money to grow, I usually take money when I need to grow. Okay? So I'm looking for money. Money to double my business so that even if I bring you and you are 50-50 or whatever, we're able to do that. And I've been a partner where I brought in money. I've had partners where they brought in money. All right? So a few years ago, I did partner with a friend. And he had a good place. I went and saw it, and he said, listen, we can do this business together. I said, fine. He said, can I borrow? I said, no, you can't buy. That money is too much for you to borrow. But there's an amount, I can lend you $20, $100. But when it comes to 30,000, I'm not lending you 30,000. Because when I need to come and take my money from you, I'm coming after your house, your car. How many people have got cars that are over 30,000 in this room? You understand what I'm saying? So I said to the person, I will partner with you, I'll put in my money, but we go 50-50. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I want you, if you have money, you've got the upper hand. So when you're negotiating from the point of being moneyed, you've got the upper hand. Because it's your money. If you don't help that person, if you didn't know about it, you'll still be having your money. And if the business goes down, the person who has actually lost is the person who has put in the money. You understand what I'm saying? I know some people have partnered with people to do gold and chrome and all those kind of things. You put in the money for 6 months. For 6 months, those guys are living. They are getting paid. And you are getting broke. Are you hearing what I'm saying? And after 6 months, they just move on to the next person. And where you are broke. So when I'm the one putting in the money, I am serious and I am aggressive. And I'm usually aggressive. And I want at least 50%. If I'm putting a huge amount of money, I'm going for 50%. If it's really big, after 5 figures, I'm going for 60-70%. Or I structure it in a way and say, look, this business will run at this rate until you pay off this amount. After you pay off this amount, then we can go 50-50. So it's called financial structuring. And you make the deal work. Am I talking? Now I'm teaching you business. Huh? Am I talking to somebody here? So why I can say receive business, you also need to receive wisdom to structure. So I can structure and say, listen, I'm going to put in this amount of money. The part of it is loan to the business. It's paid by the business. This is my equity. So that's how I did, and that's how I even did some of my business deals when I started the halfway houses. The guys came, they put in 160,000, 60 was equity, so they paid me money, 60,000. 100 was a loan to the business, and we said, I'm not going to take a profit until we pay this amount of money. We paid that amount of money, and then we bounced back to 55%, 45%. You need to be thinking. You need to be smart. Are you achieving what you want? Can you pull this off? If you know you can do it, strike the deal, get the money in, build, pay off, and you get your shareholding. So there's some business that I started with no money. Somebody brought in the money. By the time we finished, I had more shares than the people that brought in the money because of the way I structured the business. So it's not luck. It's wisdom. Point to your head and say, I need some business wisdom. That's why you need to come to this mentorship. Yes, you can see. I'm not just saying, you can do it. You can do it. You have to know how to do it and structure. All right? I need a partner with skills. Do they have the skills that I need? So it means that I can start any business in this country, even if I don't know the thing. I will bring in somebody with the skills. If I'm going to agriculture, I'll bring in somebody with the skills of agriculture. If I'm going into this, I'll bring in I can either buy the skills or partner the skills. So you can go in, you can start any business as long as you know that this person has got the skills. Now, some of the people who think that they've got the skills. So at one time we were doing chickens with Pastor D, long time ago. Oh yeah, we have done them before. We were doing 3,000 at that time at our place, our plot. And I still remember Pastor D running with 50 bags of chickens and nobody was buying, and she was leaving and said, was on the badara and we were going everywhere. So we were talking with this guy who was rearing the chickens. So I then asked him, so dogs still cycling the my vitamins. And that's this guy, he has got skill, but skills are in levels. So most of us, we think we have got somebody and a skill, but you got somebody who did not understand what they were doing. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So you'll find that when things then go wrong, they don't know what to do because their skill level is so low. So you can have somebody that doesn't perform and a skill, but skill as what? And skilled to what level? Can they manage when things really go wrong? Most of them can't. And that's the people that we partner because they are so cheap. But we then get bent because we didn't get the proper skills. So you need to do your skills analysis to make the business work. What is the skill that is needed for this business to work and get them? Are you hearing what I'm saying? At one time, I had to get somebody who was working for Econet. They were internal audit. Then I said, listen, we'll come, we'll give you a better working condition. For about 3 months, they were getting more salary than me. But I had to pull them because they had the skill that I needed to do. And after 6 months, I was smiling. I was the one smiling to the bank. I'm still smiling. They've now left, but I'm still smiling to the bank now because they brought in the skill, put in the systems. Say, I need to think. Complementary, specialized skills. You bring somebody with networks. If I bring this person, will my customers grow? If I bring you in and my customers remain the same, I've just divided my profit. Bringing in a partner must bring a transition, a practical, positive transition and growth to the bottom line, which is profit. If bringing you in is not increasing my profit, I don't need you. If you working with me does not increase who I am, I don't need you. I was about to say, if marrying you does not increase me, I'm not getting married to you. You get what I'm saying? You coming, because that's what a partnership is. It's a marriage. Be getting to pass, it's boom. Say to your neighbor, I don't know whether you're the right partner for me. All right? You need to bring somebody with the correct experience and somebody who's able to manage and things like that. So depending on what your business needs and what level it is at, you determine who to partner. But the presence of a partner must bring in growth in profits. True? All right. 12 minutes, let me rush. Let me bring to one of the most important segments of this. Most of us, we have had partnerships, but how many of us had partnership agreements signed? How many are in partnership have got partnership agreements signed? My hand is too much. But when I said how many people got into partners, everybody wanted to leave their hands and legs. Are you hearing what I'm saying? That's the reason. As long as you have not put anything in writing, you are not serious. Even if you don't have anything in black and white, you have just set yourself up for problems because it's going to be his word against his word. And I'm not interested in that. When we are in problems, we refer to our shareholders agreement or partnership agreement. So you must agree on things up front. And I'm going to tell you things that you need to agree. Number one, you're going to agree on roles. Who's going to do what in that company? Who's going to manage? Who's going to do day to day? Who's going to be the finance person? How much time are you going to put in this business? You have got to agree. What equity? What percentage? Who is going to make daily decisions? Who's going to do ops? What are the limits of the decision each partner can make? But so we say, look, if you go and you see a decision in one of our business, you can make a decision up to $500. Anything after that, you have to contact us. We have to sit down. So you put a limit in terms of emergencies. How do you report? How often do you report? How many times do we meet? How do we dissolve disagreements, and we can't agree between the two of us. It will happen. If you can disagree with your wife and you need to bring taters, pastors, what for in business, parnage bands. And can I tell you something? It's easy to agree before money arrives. When money arrives, people change character. That's why you need to have this business agreement signed before money comes. Because trying to sign it after money comes, goalposts will change. And some of the people here change goalposts when money comes. No, I think but it's 50-50. But you go sip, but it's 50-50. Are you hearing what I'm saying? You are always a marriage chat. You're marriage chat. So we agree. So I don't go into a business without, and how we're going to share the profits, the retention policy in the company, how much money are you going to retain in the company to grow the company, 10%, 5%, or there's no retention, or things like that, or how do we decide how, like for example, there are certain companies that we say we take 10% of whatever we make, we return. Others we say we decide when the money comes how much we are taking each time. So it changes. So you have to agree, but it's in the agreement. When somebody is leaving, how do they leave? Who do they sell to? Because you can go and sell to my enemies and bring in my enemies. So you cannot say, I've got the first right of refusal. And I've got the first right of refusal, and you give me adequate time. You cannot say, I want to sell tomorrow evening. So it's all, I'm protected. I also protect myself from anti-competition. While we are doing this together, you cannot start another side company. In fact, you cannot start another side company for the next 2 years after we have dissolved this one. So that when you leave, you know good for 2 years. Are you hearing what I'm saying? But you don't have anti-competition clause. So somebody will be in your business, starting another business like that. Say, you were not wise. Put your right hand on your head like this again. Say, I need wisdom. Okay, now you can see the difference between you and me, isn't it? You are just saying, oh, he's just blessed, he's just lucky. No, I know something. All right? So I put anti-competition clause there. What meetings, and we sign, and signing bank arrangements. No money goes out before we all sign. If you don't control money, you don't control the business. So if I'm a partner, everywhere I'm a partner, I'm one of the signatories. So they are signatory number 1, and I'm signatory number 2. I will assign somebody who can be signatory number 2, but from my side, who will not sign anything until I say so. I'm in control. Are we together? Are you learning something? All right. Okay, let's move. When you've got $0, especially you, when you've got $0 and you're a partner, you know what you are at the highest risk. Because the person who's bringing in the money has got lots of leverage. So I usually say that if you've got no money, know when to bring somebody with money. Bring in somebody with money when you have moved a lot of things, such that they can see the work you have done, and the work you have done is what we call sweat equity. Or else you're going to be an employee. Now, if it is you who's got money, you are still at risk. You get what I'm saying? So one of the reasons is, when I've got money, I don't usually want to partner with people with no money. We have got no neck in the game. Because I know that businesses, we are usually optimistic, but we must think in a philosophy called the worst case scenario. All of us, you think that every business makes money on paper. Who has ever seen that you have never done a business proposal that makes a loss? In 3 months, by 9, it's a millionaire. I hear what I'm saying? It's now 5 years. And I was at 1,000. Are you hearing what I'm saying? But according to your business plan, you should be high there with Strive Masio. So we now know that your business plan does not work. Has anybody seen it? That business plan means absolutely nothing. I've never seen a business that follows the business plan. The business has got a life on its own. So if you partner with somebody with no money, then agree on a salary to make that person have a livable wage. And say, listen, I'm working, I'm putting in the money, so for the next 6 months, this is the amount you're going to get, so that you can put your effort into this business, but it's enough to pay your rent, your transport, and your what, so that we don't take money from the business and grow this business. If you don't do that, any money that is coming, this person, when he sees it, he's not seeing profit, he's saying, Saka, I can take money from this. And most businesses fall because people then take money and say, yeah, but because you didn't agree. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So agree on a salary for that person who did not bring in money. After all, how can you agree with somebody to work for 3 months without any salary? How is he going to survive? If you see anybody coming to work where they are not getting paid, they are stealing from there. Something is happening. But something is happening. You understand what I'm saying? So we need to be real. So I'm hoping that this will just open your minds to partnership. If you've got a $0 partner, you must be able to face conflicts. And as an advice, you need to speak to your partner and say, listen, we need to have a conversation. Can we have a meeting on Friday and discuss agenda number 1, number 2, number 3? And you must discuss those crucial and important. So you will say, Wagatora Mari, but you can't do that. Or I will go with business partner, or Unongo Mari. What also in the business partner, try how you manage money is going to be key. In our business, we get salaries from our businesses, and then we decide when to take profits. Okay? If you are a small business, don't. One of the things that make partners not work, or where you feel squeezed, is because the company has got money, but you are broke. And you're saying, but no, agreement, you don't know, Totora, so 31. I hear them saying, but Urukuta is this. So, as a way of thinking, put your right hand like this, I'm going to give you a wisdom tip. Say, I need some wisdom. When you are in partnership, agree a certain level of allowance every month or every week. Not a lot, but that will cover basics. Moon is not broke the rest of the month. I hear them say, then so every Monday, me and my partner would get a car allowance, $100, $150. Just to oil things and just smoothen things. We say petrol. I hear them say, "Kumba even gonna go to this but apana muna aka broka sa una mara sisi zikuta say ziri kufamba because waka broka cha yuzu unot anchada the partnership because urikuda mari urikuda 400 pap and iwo wakatombo zwita wakatombo tsango saka zvakadaro partnership ngere say gairege because you didn't have wisdom. Say, I need wisdom. Is this making sense? I hope it's helping, guys. So sit down, talk about, agree on solutions, and remember, whoever comes with the problem, it means that that person has been thinking about it for some time. So if you have been thinking about it for some time, you cannot expect me to give you an immediate answer. Give me the same time that you've been thinking about it also. So we can talk and say, this is an issue. I'll say, okay, fine. Let's talk in 2 days' time. So that when we talk, I've also gone through the emotions and thought. Don't try to solve the issues every time the day you speak about it. Don't destroy your partner or your partnership for lack of sense. Am I talking? All right, let's wrap this up and go to the question and answer. All right, I've already talked about this. Regroup, ending partnerships, splitting of debts. That should all be in the agreement. Businesses take time to make money. What is the right percentage? It depends. If 50-50 is good when you're just two of you, 60-40 is also good. Anything 20, 10, 9, 10% becomes so difficult because if you don't give a percentage, that will motivate the person. The person will come in for that time while they are looking for something else to do. You understand what I'm saying? They will not give it their all because their stake is too small. You understand what I'm saying? So especially when it's a small business, let the percentages reflect. When the business is bigger, it's a $1 million business, it's a $100,000 business, then you can go for 10%. You get what I'm saying? So the more profitable it is, the smaller the percentage, but the smaller the business is, the bigger the percentage, so that it makes sense for the partner. Clear? Don't give me 1% and you are making $100. And school lumaga. So I will agree on that day because then it's tight. But while I'm working for you, I'm looking for something else to do. And the day I get it, I leave. You know, whatever now, no, ndiwe usnagu. All right. We have already talked about this. Do you really need a partner? I hope you got something from this. Did you get something? All right, so we've got about 25 minutes for question and answer concerning partnerships or anything on business. Let's start now. We've got our Dr. Sm Chirisa guys, with our t-shirts. They've got roving mics. Please tell us your name, what you do. No, if you take more than 1 minute or 1.5 minutes trying to ask your question, we will cut you because we need as many questions as we can. Is that okay? All right. Let's start. Questions?
Thank you, Dr. Chirisa. It's such an honor to stand before you. My name is Sm Masterclass, and I'm running an IT company that specializes in software engineering, cyber security, and website development. Okay, so my question is it okay to train someone for that person to become your partner? Thank you.
All right. Look, it's where you want to take your business that matters. You understand what I'm saying? Right now, there's a consultancy business that I'm starting. I got a young man when degreed, but he didn't have the experience. So I took him for 3 weeks into my other company for him to get the experience. You get what I'm saying? So I'm training him so that he can come and work. He's not my partner, he's an employee. So at that moment, you must say, I'm training you. You, for the first year, you work as an employee with a percentage of the profit. If you want, if the person proves themselves good, they can start acquiring an equity. And say for every year saved, you acquire 5%. 5%. So we also call it a retention thinking. So you say for the next 5 years, as you continue to work, you'll be earning 5%. And you get, so don't just give somebody. You are not Father Christmas. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Am I talking? I give equity when it is absolutely necessary. Why should I train you? Then I give you partnership. At that time, you have to work for your money. But if you come with the skills without me, which means that I've got speed to profit, I can give you the equity that you want, the percentage. I hope I answered you. Did you guys get it? So if I'm training you, you have to work your way up into the partnership. But if you come with the skills already, we can partner from day one because you are bringing everything to the table. Next. Come on, guys, ask. You can't afford me when I'm off here.
My name is Mr. Tafamombe.
Yes.
I'm into manufacturing and packaging of our own essential basic groceries.
Yes. Okay.
My question is on the sharing. Let's say I have my wife with a business and we want a partner to come in. Probably the partner demands a certain percentage. How do I deal with the situation? Do I have to cancel my wife out so that since
You and your counsel are one people. And so just because you are two doesn't mean that you are two. You are one. You get what I'm saying? So you must then understand that if I'm bringing a partner, what are the roles? Why are we bringing this partner? And what percentage am I willing to let go? And remember, I said this is a marriage. When you let go of that percentage, or that person comes, it's real. Are you hearing what I'm saying? It's forever. You cannot kick them and say, oh, me and my wife, because you have had your bedroom or boardroom decision. It's too late. You can do that now before you bring him. Are you getting what I'm saying? Okay? So you must also remember, according to the company laws of Zimbabwe, when a person has got 25% or more, you cannot make a decision that affects the company without informing that person. If you do, it can be reversed. It's not material. So that's why you see most people who demand between 25% and more, because it gives them a board seat and they have got the right to know what's happening in the company. Even they've got even the right to call for a board meeting because they've got that power. You understand what I'm saying? So you must know the laws. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? So whether you with your wife or your brother or your family, you guys are one. When you come to that business, you are on one side. Okay? Next question. Ladies also ask. Be bold.
Thank you, Dr. Chirisa. My name is Gustav Kativu. I am a sales and marketing executive at Chits Driving School. And I was here last month for the last seminar that you had, and you spoke about going for the big fish, and I'm here seeking wisdom. I've gone to those doors, I've knocked on them, I've gotten the contacts. Now I need a bit of wisdom on how to close on those doors. Thank you. How do I do that?
All right. So, you know what? Big fish are not easily trusting people because they have probably received, you are not the first one to knock on their doors. You understand what I'm saying? And if you're a big fish, everybody is knocking from doors. Garden boys are knocking. Everybody is knocking. Everybody wants to sell. Everybody wants a contract. So I've got more than a dozen of you knocking. Okay? But how do you stand out? You stand out by not just knocking. Get somebody who can refer you to that person. You understand what I'm saying? All right? Get or add value to that person. So if it's me, I've got a big fish who has opened the door to me. I look for somebody who can go and speak on my behalf to that person, because word of mouth is more powerful than you. Are you hearing one of them? When somebody says, but that guy is good, he has done this for me, da 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 da. So testimonials and things are good. Or also serve that person, add value to that person. Say, look, sir, I don't know what you want me to do, but if there's anything that I can help you with, I'm willing to do it. And so that they can see that you're not there just to take from them, but you're also there to give to them. So that's how you're going to separate yourself, because everybody else is so money hungry and they never get it, because you don't take before you give. You must add value to me. I must see you valuable. Give a small gift that they can put on their table, that they will remember and say, are you hearing what I'm saying? And it makes you different. Say, listen, I'm the one is here, but on that day who gave you this. And they will remember. But you didn't find out, but so make yourself memorable. You understand what I'm saying? Make yourself memorable so that people will never forget you. If I'm going to a certain place for the first time, I make myself visible. I make myself memorable. You cannot forget me if you meet me for the first time. You understand? Yeah. So that's how you make those guys close. Next question. We've got 13 minutes.
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brandon, and I'm a travel consultant. So my question is, Doc, how do I solve the problem of conflict of interest if I'm in a partnership with a person who has got the right skill set, but they seem to deviate from the contract? How best can I navigate around that?
Look, we told, so number one, the agreement should have a very clear non-competition clause. You understand what I'm saying? And if the person already has conflict of interest, they must be declared. And those conflicts of interest must not increase if you still want them as a partner. So there was a business that got me. I was in conflict of interest. I declared my conflict of interest. They still hired me. Yeah, are you getting what I'm saying? So they could not do anything, but I could not increase what I was doing because I declared it. So when somebody does not declare, then you find out, then the trust issue is there. That person is a liar. So what else are they lying about? So if you can, it's better to say, look, with the conflict of interest, this is not working. You look for another partner where there's no conflict of interest. There is no one person in this country who's got the skills that you know. There are so many of them. So don't say, Ndiega, apana mun Ndiega. You understand what I'm saying? There are so many who can, you just, Ndiega unosia, but asiega. And if you put the word out there, I'm looking for such a person, that person will come. You understand what I'm saying? Okay? So conflict of interest, that's why we need to have that agreement up front. If you cannot live with the conflict of interest, then leave. If you can, does it destroy? Is it a direct? Is it indirect? Can you utilize it? So sometimes what we do when there's conflict of interest, I would then say to the person, since you are coming to my business, I also want a stake into your business so that we dilute the conflict of interest. So now teseta kuona what you also do and which one knows on the data. Saka teseta tapin. All right. Okay. Next question.
Thank you, Doc. My question, I once asked you, I was a confused entrepreneur. Then you mentored me on that. So what happened now, I majored, I partnered with a woman. So I do energy. I sell everything that has to do with energy. So what's happening now, there is chemistry. We are so I need an advice. I think
Are you married?
not yet.
Is she married?
She's not. So
I shall speak no further.
So I need your advice. Maybe is it still good to keep on partnering with her? You said partnership is a marriage.
You've got your answer. Are you hearing what I'm saying? All right. Okay, but I understand what you're saying. Look, a lot of people struggle with that, and the reason why you could not separate the two is because you didn't have clear boundaries. Because if you can partner with anyone, all right, but the boundaries are very clear. So your boundaries were blurred. You were not probably professional in your approach to one another. Are you know what I'm saying? So you know that the boundaries were blurred. That's why now there are feelings. And the moment you are spending time with somebody and the boundaries are not clear, feelings will occur. So for you, I will say, decide whether this person is marriage material and you will be happy and move on and go. And Mango, it's now a family business. You get what I'm saying? But if you see it's not, then you have to break it. If you and now it's too late. If you break the relationship, you're also going to break the business. Because the moment you say, we can't take it any further, then some chick out against, you are now the enemy. Because you already lost the plot by involving your feelings in a business transaction. So let business be. But for you. Next question. Next question. 7 minutes left. A lady, please. Okay, there's a lady up there. Please, can you give? All right. After your question. No. You can go for the question and she will do that. That will be our last question. All right.
Good evening, Doc. My name is Ms. Maforo. I'm a 6-star consultant with Greenwood, and I'm also a serving member of this house in the ushering department. So in building networks at my organization, my team is growing, and that means the partnership is growing as well, considering that I recruit people into the team. Now my question is, how do you handle an individual who is sort of argumentative, someone who wants to argue without pulling down their ego, or sort of you are trying to put down, to calm someone down, but at the same time they are moving too fast, and you are in partnership and you are doing business together? That's my question, sir.
All right. Look, in partnership, you are going to meet different characters. That's why I talked about those personalities. Okay? About the bandits. Remember the ones that I said at the very beginning. Those are characteristics or traits. Some people are mellow, some people are agreeable, some people are argumentative. The question is, if you are a leader, is this affecting the performance of your team? If the answer is no, then know that there will always be argumentative. It's part of human society. We are not all mellow. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, there are some people who are loud, some people who are this, but as long as the team dynamics, things are moving. So if I were you, I'll check, is my team moving? Number two, is this changing the team culture or an environment that people are now saying, you know what, I cannot work in this team. So there are points where you sometimes have to take somebody out and say, you know what, you don't fit into this team. And you just have to be frank. Those are some of the difficult conversations which every leader has to make. There is a philosophy of thinking which is called knowing what I now know now. If I meet you and then I discover things after, I have to, a strategic way of thinking is knowing what I now know now. If I knew this from the beginning, would I still do this? Would I still recruit you? If the answer is yes, then it's fine. If the answer is no, then do what is necessary to take out the person. Because if you don't, you are prolonging your pay. You understand what I'm saying? All right? It might cost you momentum, it might cost you a bit of money, but the peace of the team is more important, because when there is cohesion, there is momentum. Next question. Let's get from the lady. We've got 4 minutes.
Good evening, everyone.
Yes.
My name is Molin Chuona. I own an interior decor shop in town. My question is about following up. At what level or at what stage should you be able to let go a client? There are so many cases whereby a client inquires something to you, you respond back, but they just start ignoring you. Or maybe you call them, they'll say, I'll call you back, but they never return your calls. So when exactly do you stop becoming a problem to that person? But at the same time, I need the money.
So you follow up until they die. Or until you die. You get what I'm saying? So here's the thing. Just because I entered your shop today looking for whatever I am looking for, it does not mean that I am buying it today. You also do it. You look for things that you're going to buy end of the year. You understand what I'm saying? You are budgeting, you are what, things change, and you restructure. You get what I'm saying? So just because somebody said, I want this, it doesn't mean. So there is actually a formula. I think I did it some time ago last year. When I said, when you meet somebody who says they want to buy from you, 10% are ready buyers. They have already made up their mind they are going to buy, whether you are selling to them, whether you pitch to them. They know exactly what they want to buy, and they'll just get in the shop and they just buy. And it's got nothing to do with you. They were determined before they met you. They were determined before that this is what they wanted. Then there are some people that you are going to have to sell to, going to expose and say, no, this will fit you. But oh, really? Man, let me try out. You getting what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? And that's why you find somebody who will try. He said, oh, okay, I'll see. So that person is in what we call your pipeline or your funnel. They have not yet bought, but they are in the funnel. So you keep them. So how do you follow up? You follow up by saying, we spoke last year, or we spoke yesterday. When do you think you'll be ready to buy so that I can diarize it? So have a diary. He said, okay, call me in about 3 months. Then you write. You go in 3 months, you write their phone. After 3 months, hi, I am Dr. Chirisa. We met 3 months ago and we talked about this and you told me to call you after 3 months. Are you ready to proceed? Or can I set an appointment to come and see you? Call me another 3 months. The money is in the follow-up. You give up too easily. So anybody who has come to you, communicated to you, that person is more ready than somebody who has never seen you. Yeah, are you getting what I'm saying? The moment you have seen me, we have communicated, I've got your number, I've got your email, I've got your address, you are more likely to buy from me at some time than somebody who has never seen me. And it's easier to have buyers from the people that you follow up. And remember, there are also 15% that will never buy from you. But you do not know. Now, if that person is not buying, here's the trick. Everybody put your right hand like this. Say, I need wisdom. You then say, so, I reckon you are not buying right now. But, can you give me 2 introductions to your friends who you think will benefit from what I'm doing? And you increase your funnel. So that person will give you 3 people. The people that they give will probably buy faster than them, but they were important and instrumental in you getting that. Are you getting what I'm saying? So I keep my funnel big because I'm always asking from referrals, even from people that are not buying from me. So everybody is important. So I follow you up until you die. All right. All right, guys. Last burning question, and we're out of here. Let's take from the gentleman in front. Okay. Can that you can go ahead, come and give this gentleman quickly. This is 24 past. We've got 6 minutes, so quick one.
Evening, everyone. This is my first time here. I run a business.
Where were you?
I run a business which does oral hygiene products. We first started with a container that brought in 1 product. And that product, we've been selling it slowly. But now that it's finishing, we need to restock. And the demand has grown as well. So we are going to only buy the same product, but more of it. And yet at the same time, we have the market which is asking for more variety of that same product. Now my question to you is, do I need a partnership or I need a loan to bring in more capacity to support the market?
All right. Good question. So the thing is, you've got a proved product that is making money, or you've got proved demand. So that's good. That's when you want to bring your banker. You understand what I'm saying? Because you know that the money will come. The challenge of bringing a loan, your risk to you is high. If I bring in a partner with money, if something goes wrong, he will not come after me. You understand what I'm saying? Because we are in this thing together. We are all bearing the risk. If I take a loan, if something happens and I make a loss, I need to pay that and I'm in trouble. So it also then says, what is your risk profile that you are willing to take? You get what I'm saying? Do you have, if you're bringing a container, just bringing a container, 24-foot container will cost you almost like 10,000, 15,000 to clear. So you're going to need between 25,000 to 60,000 to bring in this container or something like that. I reckon somewhere within that space. Yeah, get what I'm saying? Do you have the money? Are you able, if you go for a loan, they will need security. Do you have security? You understand what I'm saying? So all those things are important. So I choose the model or the path that makes my life easier and still grows my business. You understand what I'm saying? So even the person that is bringing in, I can then say, listen, I want to I can bring you as a partner. When I first sell, I first pay you your money first. But I return this amount, and you can get 20% after we have paid, or whatever the case might be. So there are so many models. That's where you need financial engineering. So any model can work. It depends of who you are. It depends with whether you've got security for that amount of money. But the reason why I go for partnership is just shared risk. And if something goes wrong, and depende baji, patite. Last question.
Hello, doctor. Good evening. My name is Tinashe. I run Buzz Incorporated. It's an advertising agency. And my question is a bit different in terms of partnerships. So, in the bigger markets like in the US and the UK, you see that a lot of companies grow from funding or rounds of funding. So I come up with an idea, I prove the idea, and then I get funding for it. So that's a partnership, right?
Yeah.
So my question is, how then do we catch up as Africans or other Zimbabweans? Because we're looking for partnerships for stuff that we've built already, whilst others are looking for stuff for partnerships for ideas and funding for ideas. So that's the main question. And also, I was going to ask, how then do we sort of catch up, because we're already behind. We're looking to get to thousands, and those guys are already in the billions because they get funding from, venture capital funds, from hedge funds, and so forth.
All right. Great question. Now, if you're a businessman, if you're a business person, you understand your environment. Okay? That's where you do what is called environmental analysis. Okay? Your pastel, your legal, your frameworks, your law, your politics, and all those things, they affect your business. So you need to understand. So you are in Zimbabwe. You can read a book by Robert Kiyosaki, How to Buy a House with No Money Down. There's no way you can buy a house with no money down in Zimbabwe. So that book is useless even though it works in America. You get what I'm saying? That's why I say some of you go to mentorships which do not work in Zimbabwe. And you don't come to us who are working in Zimbabwe. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So you have to look, that's America. If you want that $1 billion, then go to America. Because nobody's going to give you that money here without anything. So you find yourself in America, because here it won't work. I'm not going to give you money, because if I give you money, our mindset, I said, pinda in the Zema funding and crowd, because the first thing you're going to do, you're going to buy a Lamborghini. And you're going to start buying people and donating cars to people before you to prove that you now have got money. We are in Zimbabwe, guys. This is the country we've got. This is the environment that is there. We just have to make it work. Thank you for listening.
Come on, a big round of applause for our number one business mentor, Dr. Sm Chirisa. Thank you very much. You may kindly take your seat. Kindly asking the first row on the middle section, the first row and the second row to take a leave. The first row and the second row, may you kindly take a leave. The first row and the second row on the middle section, please kindly take a leave. The rest of us, please, let's just remain seated for just a few period of